Am I audible?
Yes, Pushkani, please continue.
Yeah. So the suggestions whichever were given by the doctors were so strong in my father's mind. They acted as strong hetero suggestions that he has accepted that he won't be able to drive throughout his life, rest of the life. Though it has started through me in the form of a negative pressure on him that irrespective of the pain I am receiving, I am driving for you. Why can't you try it once? That acted as another suggestion from my end to my father. Though he had a doubt in his mind, he just gave a trial of driving the scooty on his own. And after driving it for 1 or 2 days, he got total faith in his mind that he is able to drive the scooty without allowing the right hand to take any pressure. And that helped him to regain the faith. And he is happily driving even now.
Oh,
And the
so good,
doctor
huh?
still suggests that he is not supposed to drive. The doctor's suggestion is still, even now, they suggest the same. But at that time, when I was telling all these things to my dad, I was not aware about the power of subconscious mind. But now, when you are
Correct.
telling that when it is the priority, I remember this situation. That was the priority for me and my father. That there was no other go for us to fulfill the daily needs except to drive the bike on our own, as there was no one else to support. And I understood the hetero suggestion, which was strongly given by the doctors, which acted on him strongly, was replaced by the suggestion given by me. Though it was in negative form initially, it helped in improving the faith in his subconscious.
Yes. Yes, it works actually. We have done
Yes,
all
it
these,
works.
these little miracles we all must have, done in our own lives. As we review this through the book now, we'll realize we have done so many things which we didn't knew.
Yes.
And we think something external has helped us. It's only our own.
It's always the power.
Yes. It's only the conscious awareness in us, which is now actually being more conscious of what we have done.
Yeah, being mindful. I'm practicing being mindful these days. And it's easily understandable that how we are creating our experiences, that inner talks.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm done. You can continue.
Okay, I'll read. Give me a minute. Okay. So this is Bernheim's experiment. Hippolyte Bernheim, professor of medicine at Nancy, France, 1910 to 1919, was the expounder of the fact that the suggestion of the physician of the patient was exerted through the subconscious mind. Bernheim is the Suggestive Therapeutics, page 197, tells the story of a man with paralysis of the tongue, which had yielded to no form of treatment. His doctor told the patient that he had a new instrument with which he promised to heal him. He introduced a pocket thermometer into the patient's mouth. The patient imagined it to be the instrument which was to save him. In a few moments, he cried out joyfully that he could once more move his tongue freely. Among our cases, continues Bernheim, facts of the same sort will be found. A young girl came into my office having suffered from complete loss of speech for nearly 4 weeks. After making sure of the diagnosis, I told my students that loss of speech sometimes yielded instantly to electricity, which might act simply by its suggestive influence. I sent for the induction apparatus. I applied my hand over the larynx and moved a little and said, "Now you can speak aloud." In an instant, I made her say A, then B, then Maria. She continued to speak distinctively. The loss of the voice has disappeared. But Boeheim is showing the power of the faith and expectancy of the part of the patient, which acts as a powerful suggestion to the subconscious mind. See? So he says part of the patient. Expectancy means the faith on the treatment and the expectancy of the result. That is also within us. And then we are suggesting to the patient, whenever we go to a doctor, we mostly go by the faith, by the trust. And mostly we have home doctors, family doctors, we can say. So at times I still remember in my childhood when I was down with fever, and my father took me to a doctor and I was not able to recover. Then he said, "Oh, my family doctor is back. Now let's go there." The moment I entered his clinic, my fever was gone. And I did not understand that, but that belief in somebody that this person is going to heal you actually works. And after that, I think I hardly took 1 or 2 doses of that, and I was out of that fever, which had lasted almost 5 days with the same previous medicine. He said, and in fact, he didn't change the medicine also. He said, medicines are fine. She'll recover. And believe me, by the time I came out, I was half gone, like half okay with the feeling that now he has said, I'm fine. So this is the kind of, the doctor must be having that much of faith in himself that whoever comes to me heals. So this is a very positive state of mind. If we live in our houses, in our daily routine, we see people around, we start understanding this power, we can actually start healing the people around. We can heal the community, we can heal the see the larger picture of healing so many people just by creating good thoughts, healthy thoughts, and it works. Yes, anybody, anything? Any experience anybody wants to share, or I'll read further? The next part is more interesting. So it says, producing a blister by suggestion. Berheim says that he produced a blister on the back of the patient's neck by applying a postage stamp and suggesting to the patient that it's a fly plaster. This has been confirmed by the experiments and experiences of many doctors in many parts of the world, which leaves no doubt that the structural change the structural change are a possible result of oral suggestion to patients. See? Only by verbal statements. See, we all do this. If in our own family, if the child is unwell, if the parent or the spouse is unwell, we always say, "Ho jayega, you will be fine. You will be fine." So aren't we, creating a faith in us and creating a faith in the next person also? Even, you lose a job or there is some argument with somebody, we always come and tell one person, "Ho jayega, it's fine, let it be. Itna react mat karo." So this is what we are actually, it is like an auto suggestion, it is like a hetero suggestion, whatever. Whosoever you relate to or you feel comfortable with, the words, those softened words actually start healing. I agree. There should be some noise in the group. Otherwise, it looks like I'm the only one speaking, I'm the only one listening.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I thought like I remembered one thing. Like I saw a thing where they said one person told in a video that like everybody can we will be seeing that some people can do the work and few cannot do the work so potentially where we'll be having the same 24 hours. Some can do it, some couldn't do it. Like that like some can do much and some can not
Yes.
some cannot be finishing the complete things task on the particular time or date, and they'll just be blaming the situations that we can't do, that I didn't get time, I don't have time. But once if you are programmed like that, you're putting a thought, yeah, I will do, I'll like you'll organize the things. First thing is organize it, then you'll execute it. with a thought that yes, I'll organize and I'll do this today. So when
Hmm.
we put that kind of a thought, yes, obviously we will finish those tasks. So in the
Hmm.
given time. So everybody has that potential. Only thing is when
Yes.
we what the thoughts we put it depends on those thoughts, how we like program our own mind with the situation. Even the situations may be going wrong or any such things, but still you acknowledge and keep moving what to be done. So that
Hmm.
actions to take those actions, putting a right thought will definitely make it work. That's what I felt.
Yes, exactly. See, the clustered mind can't think properly. So where when
Hmm.
he's there talking about, faith and everything, the more important point is that when you understand that you have the power, then what should be what you what in what which line, which direction one should be thinking. Your faith, your prayers, your belief, everything is only working when you are working in that direction of, yes, I want to sort out something. I want to
Yes,
heal something. Right? So
correct.
when you go in that direction and then you understand that all my mind is, playing games of how this is going to happen. Here, here the writer, here Dr. Joseph Murphy has not even said, once that there is some doubt or this will happen or this will happen. He's in the entire context, he's saying, as you believe, it will happen. So
Yes,
as much as we believe, it will happen because we are preparing ourselves. So because of the experiences of the past, so sometimes we get stuck that this is not possible, this is limited, this I can't do. That is where it points now
so
that where, as
yes,
you're
yes,
saying, that everybody has the same 24 hours the potential. So some people are doing, some are not doing because some are stuck in their own thoughts. How will this happen?
correct. Yes.
Right? And some
So
are
here
just
also,
the philosophy.
like Burnham also tells the same thing, showing the power of faith, and he puts the same
Yes.
faith on the patient also. So
Hmm.
that powerful suggestion that will go rooted in the patient's mind even.
Even if you take it as your case, when you put, when you put the faith in you, and then you put the
Yes,
faith
yes, ma'am.
in
That
your,
one word that you all insisted, no, putting that you put a change a word that you won. See, you win
yes,
is a different thing. I will win is a different thing. But that one, the magical word, really made
uh,
me that like I am coming out. I'm getting that faith that automatically filled my faith. Actually, to tell you,
yes, yes, yes. Actually, because see,
yeah.
it is from my subconscious. If I have to see somebody, victorious, so
Because
I am putting my
previously I
faith.
know previously I know that how my mind was so much cluttered and like I used to get fear if I lose, if it don't work, the things didn't work like past when I had to
Hmm.
change the lawyer. It didn't work out to me with that lawyer. Why this thing happened? I should have made a better choice. All those things had cluttered in my mind. Then that
Yes.
word, magical word, even though I was preparing to win, but that moment, that situation, that word, what you gave, that was a really a change of vibe.
So that is what now when see it is about you. If we all in the group, it is like it becomes like a collective subconscious. It says one mind. Okay. So when
Correct.
one mind is acting towards one thing that you have won, so it is like a more higher power, being provided to you as a faith, as a trust, as a belief, whatever you can say. So it has to work. So you've already won. I'm waiting for
Yes.
the, water where you jump and I jump in Delhi.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Definitely that will happen. That
Yes,
happens.
yes. So, and chalo, okay, good. This was a good discussion about how we are, practically working on our hetero or auto suggestions,
Yeah.
right? And believing in us. So the next is the cause of bloody stigmata. In Hudson's Law of Psychic Phenomena, page 153, he states hemorrhages and bloody stigmata may be induced in certain subjects by means of suggestion. Dr. M. Boro put a subject into the somnambulistic condition and gave him the following suggestion. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, after the hypnosis, you will come into my office, sit down in the armchair, cross your arms upon your breast, and your nose will begin to bleed. At the hour appointed, the young man did as directed. Several drops of blood came from the left nostril. Another occasion, the same investigator traced the patient's name on both his forearms with a dull point of an instrument. Then, when the patient was in a somnambulistic condition, he said, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, you will go to sleep and your arms will bleed along the lines which I have traced, and your name will appear written on your arms in the letter of blood. He was washed at 4 o'clock and seen to fall asleep. On the left arm, the letters stood out in the bright relief, and in the several places there were drops of blood. The letters were still visible 3 months afterward, although he had gradually grown, they had gradually grown faint. See, this is so amazing, na? The power of auto-suggestion. So how, see, if you know that there is, I still remember that there was a incident where I had a corn in my feet, and I still remember that after after I had done all that, she did my skin specialist did a little bit of surgery on that point. It was very damn painful. And after that, when she covered my feet, she said you'll have a lot of blisters, and I was literally worried. इतना मुश्किल से ये किया है, now more. But she said वो नहीं आता है, that means you haven't healed. But your has done well, so it will occur. I don't know, my state of mind became to that, or her state of mind. But now I remember that it actually happened. My feet was full of blisters, and she said, "अब वो अंदर से सब निकल गया. It is good. Now they'll go." So now, after reading all these things, all the things are actually coming onto the surface, that how things are actually happening, how auto-suggestions are working, and still the action is going on. It is not that we have only imagined and left. Yes, we have brought the things into action, and practically they have all given a direction, and they have come, like we have healed. Right? So these facts demonstrate at once the correctness of the two fundamental propositions previously stated, namely the constant amenability of the subconscious mind to the power of suggestion and the perfect control which the subconscious mind exercises over the functions, sensations, and conditions of the body. All the foregoing phenomena dramatize vividly abnormal conditions induced by suggestion and are conclusive proof that as a man thinketh in his heart, subconscious mind, so is he. What a powerful suggestion.
Yes.
So whatever we think and however we think in our heart, our subconscious is just going to project that. So if you have people around you who need, this kind of help, where you think that they are more into that cluttered mind as you all were or we were, we can actually, without telling them a word, we can, tell their subconscious mind that they are perfectly fine. That auto-suggestion, or we can say heterosuggestion, is definitely going to work. Right? So here we have a few healing points in review. Remind yourself frequently that the healing power is your own subconscious mind. Know the faith is like a seed planted in the ground. It grows after its kind. Plant the seed, plant the idea, seed in your mind, water it, fertilize it with expectancy, and it will manifest. See? Another practical example. As Pushkarni was saying about her father, though she did it in a very angry mode, but it worked. So that suggestion actually helped her father to, come back on his own. So nobody wants to actually live with that, handicapped mode. But somewhere or the other, that fear or that suggestion which has been provided by the doctor, it was correct until we ourselves don't take that step to shift or to move towards a different or suggestion.
Yes,
Right?
and the
Yes.
hand, there was no pain to his hand. Even after driving for these many years, the situation hasn't worsened. It is as it is. The hand is still good.
See? So because, Pushkar, if you remember, there was in this earlier chapter, there was a point where he was saying that you will have seasickness. So if the person on the ship
Yes.
accepts it, then he will have it. So that is a good point, that your father did not accept that external idea of the doctor. And he believed in his own this thing. Unconsciously, he just believes
Yeah.
that his hand works.
Initially,
it
he
works.
accepted, but later on, the suggestion was changed.
That is what. So by the time he had
Yes.
accepted, he was not driving. Na? The moment you shifted him,
Yeah.
in whatever
It
way.
happened just like that.
Yes.
I really felt it like a miracle at that time.
So actually, it is, the first step we have to take.
Because
At times we are
almost
so
we all
scared.
were.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
true. We all accepted almost that he may not be able to drive. Even we weren't aware of the power of subconscious at that time.
Yes,
But
exactly.
the priorities changed everything, though. But it has helped the faith to improve. The situations helped in such a way.
So that is what, see, at times priority.
It was in also mentioned.
Many of the things we are not ready to take, but as soon as it becomes like a priority, we just start, no matter what. Now, you have to do it. It becomes like that.
Consistency will be like on the way with the
Yes.
faith. The
Yes.
faith will just pursue.
So it is like icing on the cake. Now, the faith has to work that time, even though in the adverse situation or whatever. If we gain that, belief that whatever I'm
Like
thinking.
we say, no, ma'am, like hopes can move the mountains.
Yes.
That's what I remembered now.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So here in the point 3 is writing, the idea you have for a book, new invention or play is real in your mind. This is why you can believe you have it now. Believe in the reality of your idea, plan or invention. As you do, it will become manifest. See? I think these points or this lesson is going to be working for everybody who's here. Somewhere or the other, we really all need this push to believe that whatever we are actually looking for is real. It's not imaginary. It's not a daydream. It is real. So we can work in that direction and move in that direction. So in praying for another, know that your silent inner knowing of wholeness, beauty, and perfection can change the negative patterns of the other's subconscious mind and bring about wonderful results. That is what I was saying. When we have a community or people or family around, and we just start thinking good, we just start thinking on the mental work we are doing, even that in the physical realm is going to work. That is what I'm saying. The miraculous healings you hear about at various shrines are due to the imagination and blind faith which act on the subconscious mind, releasing the healing power. Such a beautiful thing. So I don't think that if you are going for a temple or something and you believe, it's fine. I think because ultimately it is your faith which is healing you. So it does not matter even if you go there and think, because at times, what I remember is when Ramji was teaching me anchor point. So because I have been meditating in a particular place, whenever I used to, sit there at that point, I used to feel that, yes, I don't, even if I am somewhere outside of my house, I come back in that place and mentally I come there and I feel that I'm sitting there and it is working. So that is how it is. Right? So all disease originates in the mind. Nothing appears on the body unless there are mental patterns corresponding to it. So if we understand that how many people are suffering from certain diseases, if the people understand this, the cause and the effect and how we are thinking and how the mind in the dis-ease is causing the disease, we can change it. And it will be this book is actually a very great blessing to the humanity if we actually go in the depth and understand what beauty we have been provided. So the next point number 7 is the symptoms of almost any disease can be induced in you by hypnotic suggestion. This shows you the power of your thought. There is only one process of healing, and that is faith. There is only one healing power, namely your subconscious mind. Whether the object of your faith is real or false, you will get results. Your subconscious mind responds to the thought in your mind. Look upon faith as a thought in your mind, and that will suffice. Such a beautiful, the chapter this is. I asked Ramji to say something.
It works.
Yes, of course it works. And this made me actually, this brought me to that point, where that anchor point you were teaching me that day. So anybody has to share anything? Any experience, anything you want, this brought you back, or Ritika, any input?
Oh, ma'am.
See, like I had lot of anger issues. Okay, like very much like anger, resentments, and all those things. So that really, in a time, I don't know, like was it because of my accidents or the tablets or the treatments? See, medically they say that was because of tablets, but I know what was going inside me. I was so much frustrated and had anger, a lot of anger issues that really showed me with the results of hyper jaundice. Okay. So yes, now like everything, it's almost like a psychosomatic itself. So that body doesn't have anything. Like mind, what the mind puts on, if we think about good food, good thought, we start choosing it and automatically. So that will only come out as a reflection. And in the body also that radiates. So the same thing happens with everyone. So it's in the mind, whether the disease or whatever we create in our own selves. Then unconsciously, I started that I didn't knew about this subconscious mind and all those things until I got a book. And till then I suffered. And then I started to let go, forgive, what and all happened to me, then only I really started healing. That was a miracle, and doctor himself accepted that. Like after coming to a deadline, rock bottom of the jaundice, again recouping from that state was really a difficult one. Like just imagine around me, like 2, 3, 4 machines used to. One is for potassium intake, one is for my like other readings and all. The machines used to blink around in ICU. But I was like, from that state, I came to a state where I started recouping myself once, only once, when I start programming myself back that I let go these things from my mind. See, that's when this healing started inside me without like knowing much about subconscious mind at that part of time.
See, this is so beautiful, huh? I really feel like, clapping for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And that is the reason I think you attracted this book also again, right?
Yes, very much, very much.
Somewhere or the other, we all are looking for certain points where we need a little shift in our life. So this is a very eye opener kind of a book, where we understand that it is only by the projection of our thoughts. And see, what I understand is he is constantly saying that your faith, your belief, your trust, everything is working, right? So whatever, and the power of heterosuggestion, see, whatever we accept from outside, if we take a pause and understand exactly what am I putting in that subjective mind. What am I acquiring from the outside? And what am I suggesting myself? That is called the auto-suggestion. Mostly we believe in it. Even if the suggestion is not good. See, it says we accept all kind of, things. You are not going to clear this out. Why are you doing this and that? And these are like heterosuggestions. We start accepting and feelings start low. No, I can't do this. Everybody is saying, but here he's very clearly saying you don't need to, don't need to speak to anybody to bring healing to them. In any case, to make a shift to them, it is just through the power of your own mind. When you think good, you feel good, and you see the other people rising, it is miraculous. So I remember, we say that even if the doctor gives you that meethi goli na, and he says ke ho jayega, so actually you believe in that and we can have it. I remember I had a friend of mine whose husband was a addict. He was an alcoholic actually. And I told her about a friend of mine who was a homeopathic doctor. I told her that she has some, miracle medicine with her, and your husband's addiction will go. She was so tired of his addiction, alcoholic habits. She actually said, "Aap mujhe na, give me the address and give me the doctor." So I informed my friend that this person is going to come, and you have to give him that miracle medicine which you are giving to the patients who are alcoholics. She understood my point and she said, "Okay, fine." And you won't believe, my friend took her husband to that doctor, and for a few months she kept on giving those medicines, because they are normally in the powder form or they are in the sweet, this thing form. But as the more he went to visit that lady doctor, and the kind of belief and the kind of mental healing he used to give her, and the confidence he used to build in him, he actually came out of that addiction. He actually came out of that addiction. So, our trust and belief is somewhere or the other working. It took him a few months, to leave that addiction of alcohol, but actually it happened.
Yeah, many people need to know this Parulji, then this miracle medicine.
Yes. See, miracle medicine, so she is giving, but I still feel that the trust she's building in the patient.
That's the actual miracle medicine. The faith is
Yes,
the actual miracle medicine.
Yes. That the faith she's building in that the patient has started healing. So मैं बोलती रही हूँ, अगर वो आपको मीठी गोलियां भी दे रहे हैं and she's telling you you are healing, and this so we can, अब ये समझ में आ रहा है, if I would have known earlier, I would have myself done it. Without even telling him, of course, I would have, he's my neighbor. So if I give him auto suggestions again and again that you are fine, you're fine.
Actually, Parul ma'am, I just wanted to share, like, let you finish and I'll share one thing.
Yeah, share.
Yeah, actually, like I have seen throughout my treatments is that no doctors have ever remedy for one particular disease. Okay, the things like in medical, how it goes is I don't know how many doctors are there and gonna like crush me later. I don't know, but actually, doctors what they do for any kind of diseases, starting they'll give the symptomatic treatments. If you are getting that source, okay, they'll give that source like joint pain means some kind of medicine for that. If a fever means some kind of medicine. So overall, you have got one disease. They won't have that particular disease treatment. So they'll go accordingly only to treat the symptoms. And patient believes that, okay, this is the medicine for overall my disease that gets cured. That's what I remembered now.
But what I still feel, if a doctor has a good belief, as I remember my mother-in-law's treatment of those knees, the doctor has a belief that I don't need any blood donation. she'll be fine. I don't need any blood. There is no bloodshed at all. The kind of belief the doctor had, though he healed, through his subconscious, she underwent the surgery. It is not that the surgery nahi hui. She underwent the surgery, but yes, there was no blood loss. And many things, when we speak to a patient or when we speak, consciously to somebody, it becomes a very moral responsibility for all of us to understand the power of our own thought and how it is going to affect the other person. So the positivity in us can actually, rebuild a life of somebody else. So that is important, no? That is the real savior.
Correct.
So that's it. So it was a wonderful session. Anybody has to say anything? Otherwise, we'll wrap up and we'll start with the next chapter next week. So thank you all, everybody, for
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
joining and
Thank you. Thank
sharing.
you, Parulji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.